Hello. I apologize if the video and audio quality is not as good as you're used to. I'm not using my fancy SM7B. I am using my brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max because it's just gonna be easier to record this way. But if you couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail, we're doing a room/office tour because I live in a new place now. And I have been for the past like 6 months-ish. And I guess I want to show it off a little bit to you guys. I know some people want to know the behind the scenes stuff. Maybe this video doesn't do very well. I haven't done one of these in a long time. This will actually be the first one that I actually post for everybody to see, and it's not just locked behind the members only stuff. But I'm going to turn the camera around and show you everything that's in this like 10 foot by 10 foot room. I did clean up a little bit, but for the most part, it's still a bit messy over here. So sorry, I guess. I don't know. It's real. For the most part, this is actually how this work area looks in my daily life. So you're getting the raw, real deal. But right here, this look probably is familiar to you. This is my mod mat, and it pretty much hasn't changed since the end of the stream where I did this and another Game Boy Advance. This still does not have its audio fixed that I'm hoping to work on in a second. And I also just got a new one of these in for my NES because I broke my NES trying to put USB-C in for power. So I am going to see if putting this in my NES fixes it, and if it does, great. I'm not doing the USB-C mod for the NES anymore. But this is where I do all of my repairs now because I have everything set up in one area. I don't have two workbenches anymore like I used to when I was living at my parents' house. Everything is done here, whether I'm recording or not. My top-down camera is on my C-stand that's just on the floor over there. I actually don't have any sandbags. I guess the closest thing I have to a sandbag is my microfiber cloths that I reach for on occasion. I've got my microphone on a arm now, so I can just whip it in when I need it, which has been so helpful, honestly. I have my old TV as my third monitor, so I can watch this during the stream setup. As you can see, the webcam over there. Webcam, it's my Canon EOS R5 that's hiding in the closet over there. And then my top down is my EOS R. It just has the kit lens on it here, and that is a 50mm Canon lens for those who care. And I have my Stream Deck here, so I can go from the top down to full face cam, and that is it's you guys right there, or this is you guys. And then I can record everything from the second channel, main channel, anything I need right in this whole setup. But when I do record the main channel scripted content like this angle here, I take this camera and I put it over in somewhere along here on the floor, and then I record it coming at me so you can see all of this stuff in the background. And it just gives it a nicer look than this, and yeah. I mean, this is still a nice look. It's obviously why I have it here, but yeah. I don't really know where I'm going with this whole room tour thing, but that is basically the entire recording setup. As for just fixing stuff, obviously, here's the mat. And then I've got my iFixit screwdriver kit. I've got my automatic screwdriver from Works. I just got it on Amazon. It's kind of cheap, but it works. No pun intended. Got my soldering iron just laying here. Toothbrush, tweezers, SP batteries that need to be thrown out. The other half of the shell that goes with this SP. Some batteries. It's just a bit of a mess, but it works. All my soldering stuff, cleaning stuff. I've got some white gloves from the hybrid GBA video. Still just chilling here. More screwdriver stuff, my knife, and a bunch of assorted Game Boy speakers and IR covers on the top. A couple other cartridges, and I don't even know what this is doing here, but it's there. Then I have a bunch more tools in some Rubbermaid or Sterilite bin drawer things. And hiding over here, I sometimes have some like GBAs that need to be worked on because now I clean and fix most every Game Boy that I get in before I mod it. So it's just ready to go, and I don't have any surprises like this when it comes to stream. Because usually everything's working and not broken when I start my stream. But I hadn't gotten to these yet. Still haven't gotten to these yet. And if I would have tested and cleaned and fixed all these beforehand, then we wouldn't have ran into this situation. Now, would we? Anyways, I don't know if I've ever shown off this glorious wall here. This houses pretty much every aftermarket Game Boy part I could ever need. All along these blue bins are all of the different colors of Game Boy Color buttons, just the hard plastics. You need like a black, white, clear one, there's that bin for you. It just goes in the order of the rainbow. Here's yellow and orange up here. Follows the rainbow, and then you get to like the black and white and clear. And then in here, I just have some Game Boy Advance IPS kits in there because I didn't really know where to put them. And then guess what? All the red bins, they're the membranes, you know? Okay, well, that's the assorted random color kits. And then here's some assorted colored speakers and stuff. And then these are empty. But you need some white membranes? Boom, there you go. I should probably label these, but I don't have a label maker, surprisingly. Then all of these bins, besides housing some terrible towels, go Steelers. We have a bunch of Game Boy Advance hard plastic buttons and rubber membranes. And then you get to some of the other stuff like the DMG stuff. And I'm like, okay, there's like neutral color DMG buttons and membranes. And then you've got all of the colorful buttons and membranes. Then you've got all Game Boy Pocket stuff, all SP stuff, and then there's some bad Game Boy Color boards in here, this is just a random bin, I guess. And then, oh, look at that. We've got the broken PS1 HDMI mod that video will never see the light of day. Then I've got some extra modded stuff in here. These are like the next at bat for sales for, well, this macro is up for sale, but these pockets will eventually be up for sale along with this DMG once I sell some of the current pockets and DMGs. This is from my collection. It's actually the last Game Boy that I have not sold that I wanted to sell for my personal collection. So if you want a modded Game Boy at a lower price than normal, because it is very slightly used, RetroRemaster.com garage sale. And I think this should also be up for sale as well. In here, I have some projects and other things that were planned or maybe planned for something, but really they just never get touched. This is a bunch of DS Lite stuff in there that really doesn't get used anymore. Then we've got Game Boy Colors, boards and shells and screens. Yeah, screens are attached. No, well, they should be attached to the actual shells when I plan to mod them eventually, but I've been doing a lot of OLEDs, so we'll go over that in a minute. Those are actually in a different spot. Here are all of the currently available mods for sale. All of these, at the time of recording, are available to purchase, RetroRemaster.com. You got your SPs, your DMGs, your Game Boy Colors, your Game Boy Advances, and your Game Boy Pockets. Yeah. Then all the SP parts, we got batteries, we got chargers, we got shells and screens. Again, the screens are attached to the shells because I know which color screen lens is going with which shell before I do any modding. This is the advanced section. It is very lacking because I need to buy more. I actually did just buy more, but they're on the way. That's still the SPs. Down here we have pocket and DMG parts. And then in here is the really unorganized GameCube / N64. Basically the home console drawer, but it's mostly GameCube stuff because there really isn't much to the N64. Once I get the N64 stuff in, I mod them, and they're honestly, even though they're HDMI mods, they're kind of less complicated and easier to manage than the GameCube because optical media kind of sucks. You can also buy my old keyboard at the garage sale section. I don't use it anymore. I just want it gone. Here are some more GameCube stuff things on the floor here because I need to put SD cards in them and then list them. But yeah, I just have been putting it off. So they sit here on the floor. Over here, just in general, I'll zoom out a little bit, is kind of what's left of my collection that's not at my parents' house. And then more parts, more collection. This is where the majority of my Game Boy Advance games sit in their little cassette things. This is what used to be behind my stream desk, and it kind of sucks because some of these things I like to reach for, but I now have to get up and go around the table to come over here to grab the thing. And same thing with this. Like anytime you see me on stream needing a volume wheel or something, I'm coming all the way over here to grab that. Even just like the stickers or whatever, all of it's organized in a way that makes sense to me. I'm not gonna go into that here. Over here, we have some future project stuff in both of these two bins. I don't wanna show too much of it. Then we've got capacitors, all my capacitor kits. I've shown them off a little bit on this channel, but big capacitors, resistors, and other SMD components in those binders, mashed. You can buy a box copy at retroremastered.com. Then there's some more shells that you'll learn more about why I have them later, maybe eventually. We've got alcohol, cleaner, tape, cutting board, more alcohol, towels, and then there's a DOL 101 GameCube that is waiting to be modded for a future video. Extreme rate shells from that video that I don't really know what to do with. And then my backpack when I need to take work on the go. It's just the Nintendo Switch backpack that I got a long time ago, like really close to the release of the Switch 1. And then I put a AFC Richmond patch on there. It's just like an iron-on patch. And I really love Ted Lasso, so I think it's cool. Kind of looks like one of those like sports backpacks that like college athletes get. Anyways, it's meant for the Switch. Like it it has Switch specific Joy-Con pockets and all that. But I mostly use it to throw my iPad or my MacBook in. Now let's go over to the closet where you can see me here. I have my main camera just like sitting in this closet along with the water heater that I can't do anything about. And there's the old table. If you're wondering what I did with the old tabletop, it's right there. I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, it's there. But I have my camera sit in here, and I get this closet door is mostly open on this side. So like I have it in the closet because it's just like annoying to have to set it up in the perfect position every single time. That's what I did at my parents' house because I couldn't just leave it out in the open floor. So I decided to put it in the closet, and it works perfectly for the distance here. And then this way, I don't have to move it. I do move it because, like I said, I have a different angle for when I shoot my scripted stuff. But 99% of the time, it sits here. And it's just so nice that if I need to get into the other side of the closet, I just move the doors and I don't have to touch the camera at all. And boom, I'm in the other side of the closet. But I can just open the closet, or at least on this side, and boom, I'm ready to record. It's so nice. I never have to put this away. I love it. Putting it away is literally just sliding the door shut. Anyways, beyond that, up here, I just got some fancy pants Uline bubble wrap. So whenever I need to get bubble wrap out, I can just pull this out from the box, rip it, and ship it. It's awesome. It's a little more expensive, but it makes my life so much easier. I used to just have my bubble wrap just in a roll on the ground over here, and then it just wasn't super clean. So having it right here, just to easily just pull it down and rip it, so nice. This box right here holds all of the N64 games from the 100 N64 games video. And then the package that's behind my hand is my girlfriend's Christmas present or birthday present. I'm not sure which one yet. And then we can slide the door to the other side and show off all this stuff. We've got box of wire. We've got some camera gear stuff. We've got bins of junk. We've got canned air. We've got GameCube power supplies. We've got N64 power supplies. We got a modded GameCube that is not available yet because it has to do with the video that's about to be posted. Then we've got all of the available modded N64s in their boxes ready to go. All of the modded GameCubes in their boxes ready to go. And then we've got packaging. We got bubble mailers. We got boxes. We got different size boxes. We've got more fancy pants Uline packaging stuff where I can just rip it and ship it, baby. We got the boxes that I put stock screens in, because if you didn't know, I sell the good stock screens that I get, because occasionally, even though I do buy broken Game Boys, occasionally the screen isn't what's broken. So I'll take the good screens, I'll save them, and then I'll sell them to people for $5. $5. Cheaper than a foot long. And then here's all of my OLED GBC stuff. The shells, the screen kits, the buttons that all came with it. Thanks, Joshua. It just sits in the box that it came in over here. And then there's more bubble mailers hidden down there. There's a couple of GameCube shells that don't have any GameCubes in them. And then down here, I actually have some colored paper. So if you ever see my pictures of Game Boys and the listings and stuff, or like thumbnails, B-roll, if it has like a colored background, that is these sheets of paper. I bought construction paper from Michael's for like $10 years ago, and that's all I do. I wish I had the space for a setup where I could just like have the roller sheets come down like MKBHD has, but I don't have like space for dedicated B-roll shooting, unfortunately. Okay, what other boring crap can I show you? I've got my printer with this thing that I need to find which outlet I actually want to plug it into. I've got my 3D printer here. I've got my Cricut that I really don't use that often. Various papers. I've got drawers. And then over here is my console holding selection / eventually I want to get them all hooked up to the CRT TV, but that has kind of been delayed a little bit. It's also kind of where projects end up in a messy state once they're done, / my DSs that will eventually get modded with USB-C. Some of them already have it. You may or may not have seen that video yet by the time I'm posting this, I don't know. And then there's the actual USB-C mods, my phone thing for recording the like third angles when I sometimes do that. And yeah, my DAS, not my NAS, but my DAS that I can't get to work, IKEA batteries, and then other consoles that you've probably already seen in videos, my NES that I need to re-put together, and oh, there's a little VR box back there. Yeah, is there really anything else to show you? I've got my my books here, my 4 books. I've got Friends on DVD that I'm currently backing up on my computer. I haven't continued my backup in a while, but I have a server at my apartment now, just like a little mini PC that acts as my server, and I'm ripping all of the DVDs that I have. That'll be a video later down the line. I've got this little new thing that I found on AliExpress, and it's kind of cool. It lights up, but I have it at the window, so you can't really see the light when it's daytime. My fake little plant. My art that you see in the background of a lot of my videos. And we're back to my computer. And yeah. One last thing I guess I'll show off is as a part of my computer desk, obviously I've got the dual slash triple monitor setup, but over here I have this little docking station, so I can bring my MacBook over here, plug it in with this, and unfortunately I have to plug in the second monitor separately, and I don't even think a third monitor would work in this situation, but I can easily use my MacBook with these two monitors. I do it from time to time, but not too often. I've got my 8BitDo NES keyboard here with my MX Master 3. I've got some crappy Logitech speakers. I've got this thing that people always love, my GameCube port dock thing that actually works. Modded Switch 1, the moddable V1 Switch. And then I've got my my home console Game Boy Advance here. And hiding way back here is my AliExpress version of the backup machine that has like all the different things. I think it's like Save the Hero Builders originally did it, or they did it best. I don't know. I bought a knockoff version on AliExpress, and then one of the switches came broken. I think I broke a second switch, and I don't really use it that often. And then the last thing I actually want to show off is this poster that I got advertised a bunch on Instagram. I think it's super dope. You've got Blastoise right there, but then you shift over here, and oh my gosh, it's Venusaur? No way. Let's shift to the other side. It's Charizard. I think it's so cool. But I don't have it in like the shot of my videos because I got this more recently. So yeah. I think that is everything that I need to show off. If you have any questions about gear and stuff, let me know in the comments. I've been wanting to do like a behind the scenes video of me like actually showing how I record and edit and post all of my video, like my complete workflow, because a few people have asked about it, and that's the kind of stuff that I love. Like the people I watch on YouTube, I wish they would all do a complete workflow video, but I know that wouldn't get good numbers, so people don't do it. But that's why I have the second channel. I don't really care about the numbers too much. I do care about the numbers a little bit. If you're curious about any of my like actual gear, like my fixing gear, that is all linked on my website. I don't talk about it as much anymore as I used to. I haven't updated in a while, but honestly, not too much has changed for my gear. Anything from the solder that I recommend to the soldering iron that I recommend, everything should be linked on the 3 lists that I have. It also includes the recommended like Game Boy mods and stuff on there. But I do need to go through and update it because like new kits have released that I recommend, and like I've just done more things. I have new tools and stuff. But yeah, I guess just leave any and all questions you have down below. And if I don't answer it, it's probably because the answer is somewhere in the description already. Use your brains, people. But anyways, yeah, let me know if you liked seeing this room tour. Can't really do it again until I move again or something significant changes. So I probably won't be doing this again for a while. But let me know if you want to see a like behind the scenes video of like a video that I work on. It'll probably end up being something that I am like reviewing versus like a mod project, because I would post it at the same time as like the second channel bonus video. Yeah. Anyways, I'm tired of talking. I'll see you guys later.